committed with your materials. Yeah. Know your audience. You can't make presentation if you don't know your audience. For example, I know that I'm speaking to the student bodies. I know that most of the people I'm talking to are majorly between 100 level to 400 level or 500 level, depending on the course you are studying. If you are doing medicine, then of course you'll be doing like 7 or 900, 7 or 9 years. I mean, okay. You also need to focus on key message, on your key message. We'll talk about this as we progress into this presentation. Then you need to also learn how to use visual aids and aids effectively. You see that my presentation, I chose a simple theme. If you are looking at my slide, a simple white background. White background is armless. You know, sometimes if you add the color you add to your slides can even give you out. You know, if you use red, too much red in your presentation slide, it means what the audience sees is danger. It means that this person is an aggressive person. But I choose the white background because it gives us a cool feeling, especially now that Chelsea has won the World Cup. So it's time for us to relax, you know, and be hoping that Arsenal will come up later, maybe in the next 20 or 30 years, you know. So that's why I chose this background, you know. Then you must also learn how to practice your delivery. You know, your delivery should not be monotonous. We'll talk about this as we progress, how to deliver, you know, how to capture the audience, how to connect with the audience. We'll look at this. And of course, you have to anticipate questions. In the course of your presentation, sometimes you throw in some things that will trigger the audience to ask questions. Those things you throw out, you would have prepared the answer you give during the question and answer time. We'll talk about this as we progress. Now, what is the structure of a technical paper or element of a technical paper? Sorry for the typo, I didn't check this, you know. So a typical technical paper, I said you need to know your material. You need to have a firm handle of your material. So if you are going to make a presentation, what are the things you are going to see in the typical presentation? The title, the abstract, the introduction, the methodology, a results and discussion, conclusion and recommendation, and your references. This is what you are going to present. So at the back of your mind, you should have this. And each of these elements, you must attach a time. How much time do you want to spend on each of these elements? Because if you don't have this as part of your plan, you must design a plan of how to deliver that paper. Those things must be well crafted even before the presentation time. And you know, when you have a plan and you stand up there to the audience, it gives you confidence because you know what you want to talk. You say you know how to go about, how to navigate through your presentation. You know the style to approach and all that. All right. Now let's look at your audience. You have to do a quick research around your audience. Who and who will be present in during your presentation? So take, for example, you are doing your undergraduate presentation. You know that in some occasion, your project supervisor will be there. The academic board will be there. Yeah. And then, of course, the rest will be lecturers and students. You know. Now, you need to go and find out in that your school, before you graduate, you would have known the temperament of all your lecturers. Who and who will be there. It's important to know because there are some lecturers that are very, very problematic. No matter what you present, they will give you headache. For those of them you cannot convince, you pray for them not to come, not to appear. They should go to farm, you know, or they should go for another assignment so that you can make your presentation in peace. But then you need to find out who and who will be there. You need to know because there are also some lecturers, they will come with nothing. They will be waiting for you to say something and use what you say to attack you. So when you know the kind of people that will be in your presentation, it will help you to manage what you say and what not to say. Sometimes there are some things you say that you must keep towards the end. So you must do your research. You must understand the kind of people that will be in your audience. Then you have to now tailor your language and content to your audience. For example, because I know there are a lot of young people in this audience. You see, I started my presentation by telling you a story of my friend who couldn't get the girl he wanted to marry because he didn't know how to make presentation. Because I know that quite a lot of you are young people. You will get to that point where at one point or the other, that's for those of you who are not already in a relationship. Because I know that some of you will come out with 2 degrees at the end of your program. For those, because I also understand that somehow relationship thing will come up along the line of your studies, or I know a lot of guys, they want to go into a relationship after they've graduated because they want to work, earn some money before they have boldness. Sometimes money gives you boldness. The reason why a lot of guys cannot talk now is because they don't have money. Once money enters their pocket, they become bold. Money gives you boldness. And it depends on the size of money. If your pocket is heavy, your voice will be louder. That is how men is designed. And that is why you shouldn't underrate any young man now. You see that young quiet man, you say it's naive. Some of you guys used to do it. Say the guy is naive, he can't talk. Give him time. When money enters his pocket, he will start talking. Don't underrate him now. You look at him because he's quiet. It's because he's poor. It's because he's broke. The day money enters his pocket, his language will change. That his baritone voice will come out proper. And by then, if you follow somebody else, you would have missed your luck or missed your opportunity. So, ladies, please be patient with the guys. Be patient, please. Okay. You must consider the interests and the needs. What I like the way the introduction started, trying to find out the areas that are problems during presentation. That way you are trying to. So from there, you see, I was listening. I can now see where to focus my presentation this afternoon, because you have given me an insight into areas that you may be having problem. So if I can channel my energy, channel my presentation to addressing those areas, that is where you will get value. So you must understand the needs within the house. For example, we are talking about energy transition. You now come up with a topic that has nothing to do with energy. By that topic alone, you have lost maybe 90% of the audience. So that's why you must understand your needs. For example, now, if you want to trigger any conversation in Nigeria right now, if you make any presentation around Chelsea, around Buhari, you will get traction. You will get people's attention, because these are the things that are trending now. I was telling them recently that, you see, out of all the presidents that have ruled Nigeria, I think we've only lost 9 presidents. That tells us that Nigeria is a very, very young country. Nigeria is a very, very young country. If out of all the presidents that have ruled Nigeria, we've only lost 6 so far. So it means that we still have a lot more to go. And if they are declaring public holiday each time a president dies, it means that if we are lucky enough to have 2 presidents die in a year, that means 2 public holidays. So I'm among those who do not support the motion that you should declare public holiday. When the president dies, you should mourn, but not to declare public holiday. People should go and work. Nigeria is a poor country. We are trying to survive. Nigeria is in oxygen. So to declare public holidays to reduce our ability to produce, our productivity level. Yeah, but that is fine. I use the holidays to go and play golf. That is fine. Okay. You must also anticipate questions and prepare to answer them, because if you're interactive enough with your audience, because your audience are not in love with you, they are in sync with you, they are following your presentation, it helps them also to ask questions, because in asking questions, it shows that they are participating. It shows that they are following you. An audience that is not following you will not ask you questions. So that is why you should understand your audience. Now, how do you capture the audience attention? Remember, presentation is all about the audience. Presentation is all about you are not there to impress yourself. Sometimes you spend so much energy and time doing makeup, brushing your shoe, looking at the steels of your suit, arranging your ties, and you forgot that presentation is all about the audience. I will come to the point of your appearance, but your 80% of your attention should go to your audience. How do you capture your audience attention? How do you communicate your work clearly and intentionally to your audience? Number 1, start with an interesting fact or quote. For example, you see, I started my presentation with telling you a story of how my friend missed out on the love of his life because he could not open his mouth. I hope there's some guys here. If you happened to come across a girl, you think that you truly, not the one you want to use to play tobo. I mean, the one you are sure that you want to marry. There's nothing wrong in, even though there's no money in your pocket, you can gather boldness. You can generate boldness. Yeah. And, tell the person that, oh, I think I like you, but we are not marrying now, but in the future, you can gather boldness, so that person will not go and marry someone else, So that is the power of presentation, So how do you start? You can start the communication or conversation or the presentation with an interesting fact or statistics or even a quote, I like that advert. I don't know whether it's an advert or it's about Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal fans. The essence I'm using Arsenal is because I really want them to win the Champions League, and I'm sure they will win it very, very soon. I'm very, very sure about that. Okay, so you start with they caught a witch and they wanted to burn the witch alive, and the witch said, "Stop! I will make Arsenal win the Champions League." And they say, "Oh, still burn the witch," because they don't believe her. Okay, that is a joke. You can start with an or a joke or a quote. That way, you capture your audiences. You can start with a storyline, like I told you a story. That way you capture the audience attention. You can make eye contact with your audience. You cannot be talking at me looking down or looking at the side. Make eye contact. Making eye contact shows that you are bold. All right, let me allow this to just sink in. Give me 1 second break. Let me allow this to just sink in quickly. All right. Thank you guys for the 1 second break. Sometimes some of this break, I use it to quickly attend to office matter that come up so that I won't bore you. All right. You must also learn how to use visual aids. Visual aids means, nice slides, wonderful slides, pictures, you must learn how to use those things, and you know that the kind of pictures you use can just captivate the audience even without you saying a word. Okay, you can also start by asking a question. You can start your presentation by asking a question. We'll take a few examples of that. You can start by using or a joke, right? You can use an interactive element, or you can even use a strong opening question. Let's just take a few examples. Let's use the example of a strong opening statement. Now you want to start your presentation on something on energy or crude oil production. You now start by saying, as we stand at the threshold of a new era in the oil and gas industry, it is time to rethink our approach to this energy transition. That is a strong opening statement. That way, you can start your conversation on a high note, and your audience are wondering, wow, what an opening statement. They want to hear more. Or you can even start by asking a question. Can anyone tell what they think is the biggest challenge facing the oil and gas industry? You are asking the audience a question. That way, you are able to connect with them and catch their attention. Or you can even start with a joke. What is the joke? You can just start by saying, oh, it is very clear. Arsenal won the Champions League. but then it was clearly a dream. So what is the joke? Oh, you were dreaming, and in your dream you saw that Arsenal won the Champions League. And then you woke up and say, oh, it is a dream. That does not mean that Arsenal will not win the Champions League. It's just that it will take time. Because I'm even seeing now that they are supposed to have bought a striker. And they are still trying to look for cheap strikers. Buy a tall, solid striker to score you goals. That is the problem up front. It's like Chelsea 2 years ago. They bought all the players and forgot to buy coach. Is this the first time now that Chelsea is now buying player and buying coach? Let's see what will happen as we go into the Premier League. All right? Or you can even start with facts and figures. Did you know that according to a recent study, the average person spends 4 hours on a day on their phone? That is 1,440 hours per year. This is an interesting fact. People are like, wow, I never knew. And there are some of you that even spend more than 4 hours on your phone. For some of you now, if they take away your phone from you, you will go into depression because you are so connected to your phone. So these are facts. Crafting a compelling story. So now let's start looking at how to go into presentation mode. Number one, start with a joke, what I call a hook, to grab the audience attention. What I call a hook, you can start with an opening statement, a question, a joke, just to grab the audience attention. That 1 second, that 1 minute to get your attention, you can say a lot. State clearly the research question and objective. You want to present a, you do. It's like you saw a girl that you are in love with. Instead of telling her that you love, go straight now. You are talking about, oh, how you came from your village is one of the most powerful village. Your family is very rich. You just bought a car. Oh, your CGPA is 5.0. Is that what the girl wants to hear? Just go straight to the point. That is research question and objective. State your research questions or the aim and objective of your research. Go straight. Don't stop knocking on beating around the bush. Like that young man that went to the girl's father to ask for the girl's hand in marriage. He got there, he met them eating. Oh, good afternoon, sir. So, oh, please come and join us. He went to wash his hand and started joining them to eat. Another young man also came to ask for the girl's hand in marriage. He got there, knocked on the door. They wake up, come in, come and join. They said, no, I came to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And the guy that was already eating said, that is what brought me also. And the father said, what brought you is what you are doing. Eat your food and go home. Go straight to the point. Present your findings in a logical and concise manner. Let your presentation tell a story. So typically you start from the general overview, and then you narrow it down to the reason why you are carrying out that presentation. You go straight and land on your results and findings. Then you highlight key takeaways and implications. We'll probably take some few examples. Because that your research work, there's a reason why you carried it out. You got some results. You need to highlight those results and connect those results to the industry or to the economy or to the nation or to the globe. For example, you discovered that to travel from Benin to Lagos, along the line, you come across a small city called Ore. In Ore, you can buy the best plantain ever. Not plantain, banana. That the banana in Ore is so beautiful that to even eat it, you just want to admire it. That when you compare the banana in Ore and the one they sell in Lagos, it's as if the one they sell in Lagos is used for idol worship or for sacrifice. You can also continue and say the banana in Ore is so healthy that if you eat it, all the vitamins you need is complete. But meanwhile, in contrast to the one they sell in Lagos, it's as if they remove all the vitamins in the banana in Lagos before they sell it. So you see, you are able to connect your finding to reality. They make your presentation tell a story. Don't be monotonous in your presentation. Sometimes the way you carve out your presentation, it's like it's telling a story. You are starting from somewhere, you are landing somewhere. We'll talk a little more about this. Now, designing effective slides, and this is another part. Remember we talked about visual aids. Your slides form part of your visual aid. Use clear and concise headings and titles. Make sure, are you not seeing my slides? My slides, not too much of color. The color, I probably chose, some few color just to give you some cosmetic touch-up, and that is why you see that, ladies seem to have a better presentation than guys. Guys, we are color neutral. We are not born with the ability to understand the interactions of color, but ladies understand these things. That's why, the best gift you can ever give to a lady is a mirror, because they need that mirror to constantly remind themselves of the cosmetic touch-up they've done. And that's why, if you, the best time to actually approach a woman, it's not during a weddings and ceremony. It's when, she's not with those cosmetic touch. That is when you now see her true color. You can be deceived, during wedding, and celebrations. By the time they finish that cosmetic touch, she will change. Her direction will change. Her features will change. A black woman can become a very fair, globally fair lady. She can even change her skin color from Nigeria to UK. But in her natural state, her true color will appear. That's the best time to approach them. Yeah. Use bullet points and short sentences. Your slide should not be too wordy. Are you not seeing that? Sometimes it's just a single line, single sentence. Your slide should not be too, so you can use bullet points so that you avoid reading your slides. Include relevant images and graphics. Only use images that are relevant to your presentation, to the work that you are doing. You cannot be talking about Nigeria and you are showing the image of Japan. You cannot be talking about energy transition and you are showing the image of how to process cassava. They are not connected. Use the right images. Avoid clutter and keep it simple. Clutter is too many words, too many sentences. Clutter, when you use too many, in a slide, you see like 4 lines of sentences. Your slide is too busy. At times, because it's too busy, it makes people to lose the meaning of what you are trying to pass, the conversation. They are not interested. All right. Visual aid, visualizing data. So because data forms a very important or unique part of your presentation. So when you get this data, your findings, your results, you must present them in such a way that it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. And this is what I keep telling guys. Always appear ready. Don't just go out. You're going out. Some of you are going for a program. You don't wear slippers, palm. You are going for an SPE event. You are so casual. You don't know who you are going to meet out there. Always appear smart. Appear smart anytime you are going out. And that's the reason why some of you, you like a girl, the girl doesn't want you because of your appearance. Your presentation is wrong. Even though it is one shirt, wash it and iron it. Make sure you maintain your steeze anytime you are out there. Use charts and graphs to illustrate your key findings. Group your results in a table format or in a graph format. It's easy for people to follow. Not having your data all over the whole place, scattered all over the whole place. And people are trying to, figure out what is the connection of your findings to reality. Choose the right type of visualization for your data. Whether you're going to use charts or you're going to use graphs or you're going to even use any kind of software to present your Power BI, you must choose the right visualization. Keep it simple and easy to understand. Keep it easy and simple and easy to understand. Make sure your presentation is so that people can easily follow you, and use color effectively. Use color effectively. I've told you that red is aggressive. Red is aggressive. Blue is probably one of the best colors I've ever seen. That's why Chelsea is using blue. But too much blue is also too bad. Make sure you lighten up your blue. That's why I like SPE blue. SPE blue is very light. Blue is neutral. Blue tells you, it gives you a feeling of, acceptance. Choose your color effectively. For the guys, if you have a problem with color, go and ask a lady. Ladies are very, very, very big on color. Sometimes the colors, sometimes they are confusing in English and dictionary with their color. It is only ladies that will tell you it is the red. You have plain red, pepper red, danger red, this red, gutter red. If it comes to blue, ladies are wonderful. They have name for all kinds of color. So guys, you can consult them for color and pay them little thing for consultation. That way your slides will come out very colorful. It will not be rejected at a first glance. Now, practicing your delivery. Many times, sometimes a lot of you just do your slides, you don't practice, you just go out there and you start talking. That is why your confidence level drop. That is why sometimes you have trouble, you are shy. One way you can build confidence in delivery of an effective presentation is practice. Practice your presentation several times. Practice it to yourself. Call 1 or 2 persons and present it to them. That way you are building momentum, you are building energy, you are building, you are able to build confidence before your final presentation. Time yourself and make adjustment as needed. Practice in front of others and get feedback. Make adjustment and practice again. Practice is the simple and the most logical way of killing your presentation. If you don't practice, you keep making mistakes and errors. Sometimes you think you will flow, and as you are making presentation, you'll be making grammatical errors. Sometimes your sentences will not be coherent. But as you practice, you are able to come around some of those issues. And over time, see, I've been making presentation for years now. That is why you see that it's easy for me to make presentation. Because even with that, I try to make presentation every now and then to improve my communication skills. You can never be at your best if you don't practice. Managing your presentation time. How to manage your time. See, you don't have all the time to make presentation. You can see even in this my presentation, I have timed myself. I put an AI timer to time myself, to keep myself within time. Know how much time you have for your presentation. In your practice, time your presentation during practice, so that you can tell whether you are overspending your time or you're underspending your time. Focus your presentation on key outcomes. For example, your presentation should have title, aims and objective, literature review, methodology, result, and conclusion. So I will always advise, if you have 10 minutes to make presentation, spend 1 minute to announce your title. Title shouldn't be more than 1 minute. Yeah. Your objective shouldn't be more than 1 minute. Yeah. Then spend about 1 minute telling us the literature you reviewed. Or I reviewed social literature. Just mention 1 or 2. It's fine. 1 minute. Then spend 2 minutes on your methodology, because your methodology is the lifeline of your presentation. If you don't have a good methodology, all your results will just be all over the whole place. Methodology is like the table of the house. So that's why sometimes when some men say, what does a woman brings to the table in a relationship? I ask them, that's a very stupid question to ask. The woman is the table. How can she bring what she is? She is the table. It is you, the man, that should be asked, what are you bringing to the table? Because the woman is the maker, the own maker. She's the one without her in the house. Sometimes, when my wife is not at home, it's as if the house is a ghost town. If you understand these small things in relationship, you see, you are learning how to present, you are learning relationship skill. So some of you need to pay me extra for this relation and advice I'm giving you now. Okay. So time yourself, spend 2 minutes on your methodology, then spend 4 minutes on your result, because the essence of your presentation is your result. If you don't have result, then there's no technical work. You've not done anything. So spend 4 minutes on your result, and then 1 minute on your conclusion. Conclusion is like when you are flying a plane, you now need to land it. You can't be flying the plane in perpetuality. You must land. So spend 1 minute on conclusion. Then if you have 15 minutes to make presentation, if you have 15 minutes, spend 1 minute on your title, 2 minutes on your aim and objective, 2 minutes on your literature review, 3 minutes on your methodology, 5 minutes on your results, and then 2 minutes on conclusion. And then questions and answers. First, you need to anticipate common questions and answers. I know that some of you are going to ask questions, and I'm ready to take into those questions. Listen carefully to the questions and respond thoughtfully. Don't be, some of you are always in a hurry. The person have not finished asking the question you want to talk. No, you must learn the art of listening. You must learn the art of listening. Many times, a lot of young women have problems in relationship and in marriage because they've not learned how to listen. The man has not even finished talking or providing an answer. Do you know what where the man is going to with his question? Listen carefully to the question. And sometimes have a piece of barrel and paper to jot down the questions so that you can answer the questions that you were asked. Some of you get yourself into trouble. You go and provide answer to questions you were not asked during your presentation. Don't be too overzealous. You cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. Only answer the questions you are asked. Then stay calm and confident. No matter the question you are asked, do not lose your steez. No matter the question you are asked, do not lose your steez. The worst case scenario, you just tell them, please, sir, can I return to you with the answers? I don't have the answer at the moment. Say it in a nice way. Like abroad, when a policeman wants to arrest you, they'll be telling you, this way, follow me, sir. They'll be telling you, sir, they're arresting you. They're taking you to prison, and they're telling you, sir, follow me, sir, this way, sir. Come this way, sir. Yeah, bring out your answer. Bring out your answer. They'll put handcuff. Then I say, okay, enter there, sir. That place is good enough. That is cello. So they're saying it in a nice way. So if you don't know the answer, say it in a nice way. Oh, thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful question. Oh, I never thought of it this way. Sir, but at this moment, I don't have the answers. Can I come back to you on the answers? That way you have politely said you don't know the answer. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to know all the answers anyway. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know the answer. But say it in such a nice way. Such a nice way. And ladies, and I used to say this to ladies also. If you don't like the guy says, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you. I don't like the guy. Say it in a nice way. You don't have to be harsh. You don't have to be rude. Because you can never tell. Things may change tomorrow. That guy can be your backup. When the person you are putting hope on disappoints you, you can have a backup. But if you use your own mouth to scatter your backup, that your backup will not be available. So you need to say it in a nice way, such a way that you create opportunity for the future. Body language and non-verbal cues. During your presentation, the way you organize yourself matters a lot. Sometimes your body language, some of you are standing as if you are sleeping. You have a sleeping appearance or a very casual appearance. Dress smart, appear smart. Polish your shoe, put on your ties. Ladies, do a light makeup, not heavy makeup. Don't go and put up a makeup that will turn you into something else. People will now be looking at you and forget your presentation. And ladies also, appear modest. Don't appear so, you go and wear a dress and make you look too sexy. All the lecturers will be looking at you and forget your presentation. By the time you are done, nobody knows what you presented. Nobody knows what you said. Be very, very conscious of your appearance. Use confident and open body language. Avoid distracting habits and mannerism. Don't be speaking such a way that you want to speak like an American. Like, for example, I know that my voice, my tone is like a crack voice, and I enjoy it. I use it that way. You don't have to now go and start forming. You want to speak like a UK person or an American citizen. No, be natural. You use whatever voice you have, whether it is Peter B's voice or Bola's voice or even a Buhari's voice. Whatever voice God has given to you, use it, be confident. Just avoid mannerism. Use gestures and movement effectively. The movement of your fingers. Sometimes you don't just stand in one spot. You are making presentation, you are standing like an electric pole. No, move around a little bit. That way, you can also move your eye gesture from one corner to another corner, from center to left, from left to center, center to right. Don't move it too, let it not be too obvious. You are moving from left straight to right. No. Divide into 3 phases: right, center, left. Move slowly. That way you are able to connect with your audience. These things I'm telling you, these are Harvard materials. These are things that people pay $7,000 to go and learn. I'm giving to you free of charge. How to manage nerves and stress. I know some of you can be fidgeting, especially when you have a very wicked lecturer as part of the panel, and you remember what the lecturer has done to you before. Don't worry. You won't be with the lecturer forever. You must learn to comfort yourself. Prepare thoroughly. Feel confident first in yourself and your material. That's the first thing to defeat those kind of people. Feel confident in yourself, right? Then after that, take a deep breath and relax. This school, everybody went to school and graduated. Sometimes it will look as if it's difficult. Don't worry, you will graduate. Don't worry don't look at, if you have a particular lecturer that you think is wicked, don't look at his face. During your presentation, look at lecturers' faces that are very nice and, smile at them. That wicked one, ignore him. Focus on your message and audience. Focus on your audience and the message you're about to deliver. Use positive self-talk and visualization. Make sure your slides are nice, choose the right color, make sure you apply the right cosmetic touch to your slides. Okay? Things to avoid during technical presentation: information overload. Select only the key data, key results. You don't have to pack all your data, all your results into your slides. No. Sometimes your slides cannot take everything, because after all, you have 15 minutes or 10 minutes to make your presentation. So you cannot overload your slide with everything there. No. Just select only the relevant ones. Avoid jargon and technical terms. Don't go and mesmerize the audience, say you kill them with jargons like Patrick Obayogbon, that grammarian from Edo State. Anytime he wants to talk in the House of Rep, people will now need AI or dictionary to even understand what he's saying. Don't be like that, man. Okay. Avoid cluttered slides. When your slides are too worded, you have too many, put too many things. Like I said, use bullet points. Avoid reading from your slides. As you are making presentation, don't read from your slides. Some of you, that is a poor way of presentation. I have seen this severally. You are making presentation and you are reading your slides. No. Talk through your slides. Slides are to help capture your audience attention while you are talking. And then don't go out there when you are not prepared. Lack of preparation can disgrace anyone, even the topmost professionals. If you don't prepare, you will just fall your hand or fall your leg or anything you want to fall. Just ensure you are prepared. All right? Final tips and reminders. What is the first thing I want to tell you this afternoon? Practice. Okay? Stay focused and confident. Engage with your audience. Have fun and enjoy the experience. Every presentation is experience. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Thank you for listening. I will take questions and answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time and for sharing those valuable insights. I don't know what you learned, but I learned at the table. So before we take question and answers, please can we have a group photograph? So please, those connecting online, can you turn it into a video? Can you switch it to video? Can you hear me? Those connecting online, please can you hear me? Please can you? So
Yes, 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 we can hear you very well.
want to take a quick picture before we dive into the question and answer. Okay, so please can you switch it to video call? We want to take a photograph before we start the question and answer. Sir? It's not connecting online. Please can you switch it to video? We want to take a picture.
Hello, sir. If you can hear me, please, can you stop sharing your slides so that we can have a good view of the people who's online so they can take a picture? Thank you very much for that, sir.
And Daniel Shibera, please can you switch it to video? Thank you very much. Fatima. Thank you very much. Lawal Victor, please can you switch it to video? We want to take a picture. Fatima Garba, Gracious, please can you switch it? We want to take a picture, please. Sir, please can you switch it to video or we want to take a picture?
You want me to switch to video call?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to take a
Uh,
picture.
my makeup artist is not here. Oh.
No, don't worry, I'm not so like that. Thank you very much.
So you see, I'm doing an emergency makeup. So I don't know where this picture will get to.
Sir, you look quite okay, sir.
Allow me to write down the picture.
I have taken the pictures already for the people online.
Okay, thank you very much. Everybody can switch back to voice call. So now we can have the question and answer session. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Anybody? Okay, for those online, just raise up. Just give this high emoji. If you have any questions to ask. Okay, someone.
Thank you for giving wonderful presentation. I have several questions here. The first one is, I don't know if you deal with students, but the first question is, what are the most common technical flaws you observe in students' research presentations, and how can they be corrected? That's my first question. The second one, what strategies do you recommend for handling question and answer sessions, especially when confronted with tough or unexpected questions? Though you shed more light, you shed light on these things. I just want more elaborate light on that. The third one, in the case of limited time, maybe you're given 5 to 7 minutes for presentation, what part of the research work should be emphasized or skipped during the presentation? Then the last one, what are the best practices for tailoring your research presentation to different types of audiences, e.g., academic panels, industry professionals, or funding bodies? Thank you, sir.
Okay, so because the voice was echoing, I didn't get the questions. Can anyone just share the questions properly without the echo background?
Okay, so I going to that. So, any other question? Please, if you have any question, just write it down on the chat. Thank you very much. Okay, I think he just sent it now, sir. Okay, he said, okay, he said,
All right, I've
what
seen
are
it.
the
I've
most
seen it.
common, okay, sir.
What are the most common technical flaws you have observed in student research presentation, and how can they be corrected? I think the common one that I've seen so far is student coming to make presentation without a clear result in mind. So you are wondering what is the meat, what is the essence of the research work. What we want to hear is your result. We want to see your result. We want to hear you speak to your result. Sometimes, no matter how bad your presentation is, if you can clearly communicate your result, it will be accepted. So that is the one that I've clearly seen. Then the one that is also very, very obvious is when people come out to make presentation and they are reading their slide, they are reading from their slides. You can clearly tell, because if you are reading from your slides, your eyes will not be on your audience. Your eyes will be on your slides. That is the danger. And that is because the slides is too wordy. Then the second question is, what strategy do you recommend for handling question and answer sessions, especially when confronted with tough or unexpected questions. Now, let me tell you something about this. Many a times, if you listen carefully, you can connect the question to an aspect of your presentation, because it's your presentation. If the question is out of scope, you can just simply tell them that, sorry, this question is out of, you don't have to provide all the answers. That is why your work has aims and objectives. If the question is not connected to your aim and objective for that work, then you don't have answers to it. For example, you are making a presentation about how to travel from Benin to Lagos, and you've told them that, oh, there are different ways of traveling to Lagos from Benin. You can go by road, you can go by water, you can go by air, or you can go through the Benin way. You just enter this thing and disappear, Benin Highway. And then somebody is coming to ask you, how do you now get to Port Harcourt? Your presentation is how to get to Lagos, not to Port Harcourt. So you can't answer that question. All right? Then secondly, if you truly don't know the answer, just simply say you don't know. You don't need to argue. You don't need to force the answer. If you don't know the answer, simply say you don't know. And that is why there are professors. Let the professors in the house help you to supply the answer. It doesn't change anything. You don't know, you don't know. Okay? The next question is, in the case of limited time, e.g., 5 to 7 minutes, what part of a research work should be emphasized or skipped during presentation? You skip the title. The title is already been displayed on the presentation. Let them read the title. You go straight to your objective, the aim, because you must tell them the reason why you are making that presentation, aim and objective. Then you go straight to the aim and objective, and then talk a little bit about your methodology, share your results, and conclude. It's as simple as that. What are the best practices for tailoring your research presentation to different types of audiences, academic panels, on industry professionals, or funding bodies? So that's why I say you must do a research to even understand your audience. Now, when you know your audience, you now know how to tailor. For example, now in the chat, I've triggered something. As I brought out the issue of Arsenal and Chelsea, you see, it has triggered something. I purposely did not mention Man U because Man U is still work in progress. Sorry to Man U fans. Man U is still work in progress. You guys already know whether to compete for this season, or we don't know the season you want to compete for now. Okay. But you see that I've triggered the conversation. Yeah. So you must know your audience. Yeah, that is it is strategy, it is deliberate to catch your attention. Yeah. Then I think that is all. That is all you said. Let's take the next question.
Does anyone have any question? Okay, online participants, does anyone have any questions to ask? Okay, Daniel, please send it to the chat.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. I must say I really enjoyed your presentation and the blend, like from the actual technical presentation to the Chelsea to the relationships. I actually even learned beyond even technical presentation yet today. Even the one that I said will come and pay him. But all I'll say today's session was truly inspiring and top notch and worth learning. So I just want to maybe ask now, like, because I know, doctor, you have learned knowledge and vast experience. So let's say like a typical NAIS conference presentation, what are the judges looking for? And maybe you could just run through that for my own particular question. Yes, and also let's say someone who is maybe who is just coming up, and you have there seated in the conference people with wealth of knowledge and experience. So and let's say a judge typically kind of asks you a question, and also maybe you've not thought of it in that kind of way. So how do you approach it? Typical presentation conference.
Daniel, we've lost you. Can anyone hear me?
Hello, sir. Did you get my question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, sir.
All right. So for a typical business conference or technical paper, STSC, or if you're going to present in Houston, what the judges want to hear first: your appearance, your ability to make your presentation tell a story, the art of communication. First and foremost, even before looking at the content, it's like that's the reason why young women follow the wrong people. Once you are able to wrap them, a woman has completely forgotten the pocket, the size and depth of the pocket of the guy. They are easily carried away by that fluency in that communication, that you tell them things, you tell them, oh, you are going to buy them a Bugatti. You tell them that for that Bugatti, you are going to build a separate road for them, only they will drive on that road in Nigeria. When they don't hear those things, their head will now become big, so you trigger something. And in that process, because of that excitement, they completely forget to ask the real question. What are you doing? Where are you coming from? Where's your family from? Is there madness in your family? Do people are there poor people in your family? These are the real questions the woman should be asking. But because the guy just said, I will buy you Bugatti, they forget to ask those. So your ability to communicate can cover up those lapses. So that's the first thing. Your appearance, your confidence, those are key things in NICE conference or at the global stage. The secondly, if you can speak to your results, your results, you are able to connect your slides to your results. Man, you finish work. You can also build a storyline around your result. For example, you just discovered a new product. This new product is called granite coated with honey. You've discovered that in the course of your research that while ordinary granite will only give you a little bit of fat and vitamin C, but this your new product that is coated with honey can give you all the vitamins. Not just only that, recently somebody just ate the granite and honey, and they discovered that the person had cancer. Stage 1 cancer was cured just because of eating that, and he just ate it for just 1 week. If you buy this bottle of granite, you are not just eating the granite, you are also taking care of your health. You are also laying a legacy, you are making a legacy statement to people out there that granite and honey is very, very good to the, but sometimes when I lie, they lie, but just listening to you, it's as if there's something special, something special. I went to Dubai and I saw Gary and red oil mist in a show glass, and they gave it one fantastic name. And I said, is this not Gary and red oil mist? They are calling this, if you see the name they gave to it, wow, you'll be tempted to buy it. But as a Nigerian man, I cannot be deceived, So that's the power of communication. You are able to describe your results in such a way that they can connect your slides and connect it to the message to the message you are trying to convey to them. That way, because it's about persuasion. Remember, when you are presenting, you are persuading the audience. You are trying to convince the audience. So if you have that idea, you can sell anything. I hope I've been able to answer that question, Daniel. Then how do you handle some of those questions from judges? See, sometimes those judges, remember, research work is also to make your paper to have more depth. Yeah. So sometimes some of the things they will say or add to it, you just accept and move on. You don't necessarily need to defend anything, especially when you know that it's not within your scope. You just accept and move on. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I got that.
Thank you very much, sir. So that's all the questions we've been taking for today. Please, if anyone has any question, you can just reach out to LinkedIn. They've dropped it in the chat box, so you can just message me there. So we're moving on to the next, which is the cloud section. It will be led by Mr. Alamin Sani, Technical Director, Society of Petroleum Engineers, FUTMinna. Mr. Alamin.
Hello. Good afternoon. Please confirm you can hear me. Please, am I audible enough? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please share the screen for the
Okay,
cows.
thank you very much. Please. Please kindly hold on a bit as I am on it to set it up. Meanwhile, you can.
Sorry, let's be patient while Mr. Alamin share the screen for the Kahoot game. So while he's trying to share the screen, please can we just go to our Chrome or Google and search kahoot.it while we wait for him to share it on the screen. Let's search kahoot.it on our phone or
Um,
laptop. Anyone?
please, can you like drop it on the group on the chat?
Sorry, I did not get that.
Please drop it on the chat. Okay, okay, I've seen it.
You can just start. Salami, please, what's going on? So can you hear us? Thank you very much. Please, let's copy the
I can hear
game
you.
pin
Please,
and
can you see my screen?
paste it.
Please confirm you can see my screen.
Okay, so the game pin is 979020. 979020. Those connected online, please do get pin. The game pin is 979020.
Please, moderator, I'll wait for your approval to start the game.
Nickname. So as everyone join, we're about to start the game. The person asking for nickname, just put any name, maybe your crush name. Please, we're about to start as okay, I think we're ready to go. As everyone join, please.
Sorry, I want to confirm this. We are ready to go.
Please, you can start now. We're ready. Thank you.
Okay. So we are about to start now. So we have the first question. What is the first step in preparing an effective research presentation? Designing animation, understanding your audience, memorizing your speech, creating your conclusion first. Yeah, having responses loading in, and uh, 22 responses so far. Time up. So we have 11 persons with the correct answers. Let's take a look at leaderboard. Who do we have at the top? We have Dave leading. So on to the next question. Which of these is the best way to structure a presentation? Random fact and charts, results before objectives, introduction, methods, results, conclusion, title references, summary, and charts. See, almost everyone got it, majority got correct answer. So to leaderboard, we have Dave still on top. Next question. How much text should be on a boot slide? Is it a full paragraph, 4 to 6 bullet points max, 3 full pages of data, the full research paper? Okay. The next question. You don't know. How is it that you don't know and you're leading? Okay. The next question. What kind of visuals should you include in your presentations? Decorative pictures, memes and jokes, graphs, charts, and diagrams that support your points, random internet images. Four, three, two, one. Time's up. Only one person got it wrong. Okay. Dave is still leading till now. Next question. Taking deep breaths and staying composed does not help to handle nervousness during presentations. Is it true or false? Most of us got the answer. Slightly false. I am still having Dave leading. Okay. So to the next question. What should you consider when choosing fonts for your slides? Use stylish, fancy fonts to impress. Use small fonts to fit more text. Use all capital letters for emphasis. Use clear, readable fonts with a large enough size. Which should be the correct answer? I'm having only 5 responses. And time is going 2, 1. Time's up. Only 11 persons were able to get it correct. The leaderboards. Finally, Dave, you have been plucked out from the first position. So, to the next question. What does practicing your presentation help you do? Impress your supervisor or audience, improve confidence and flow, memorize the script, speak faster. Yes, most of us got it correct. Improve confidence and flow. So, leaderboards, nothing has shifted. All right, the next question. What makes a good opening in research presentation? A clear overview and purpose, a long quote, jumping straight into results, apologizing for errors. Seven. Okay, yeah. Only one person missed it. Check the scoreboard. And nothing has shake at the leaderboard. The next question. What is one of the main goals of your conclusion slide? Show appreciation to your sponsor, repeat all your slides, summarize key findings and implications, introduce new research. Summarize key findings. Yes, that's it. Okay. The next question. Becoming defensive or argumentative is a major mistake to avoid when answering questions. True or false? Seems very easy. Okay. Time's up. What question is false? How? Okay, to the next question. We have Ox Caleb taking the lead to the 4th position. Okay, we'll go to the next question. What's the benefit of storytelling in a research presentation? It helps make technical content relatable, makes you sound casual, distract the audience, replaces technical terms. Okay, two persons got it wrong. Someone got it right. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why you're leading me. Okay, to the next question. The speaker for today's topic is Dr. Chuku Emeka. True or false? Maybe next time for people that choose false, you should take very note of the presenter. Sorry, his name is actually Dr. Chuku Emeke, not Emeka. Thank you. To the next question. Which of these tools is best for creating slides? Is it Word, Zoom, PowerPoint, or Google Slides, Instagram? This one is very easy, I know. Uh, Two persons. So I did that. It's only two persons. I used to get the simple questions wrong. Okay. I don't know. Still leading. So the second to the last question. What is the most important reason to keep your presentation within the allotted time? Is it to impress the panel, to avoid getting tired, to respect the audience, and stay focused to finish before the next speaker arrives? Okay. The answer is to respect the audience and stay focused. So the final question we have, I don't know, leading, Toribisi following up, then div, then NLXN and upslip. So this is the final question. You have to pay attention. Mostly I don't figure it out. Okay. Question is, if ask a question that you don't know, what is the best? Is it best to admit honestly and offer a follow-up later? True or false? Most of us got it correct. Okay. Let's proceed to the podium. We have Dave finishing as the third person, then Toribisi, and then who could be the first person? I don't know. Congratulations to all of you and to those that come first, second, and third, and to the follow runner-ups. That's the fourth and fifth position. Congratulations. Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay, so now before we wrap up, we have to listen to some few announcements. So Ms. Catherine Afam from leading us that session, the Vice President, SP University of UniUyo. Please can you keep this brief? Thank you very much. Over to you. Ms.
Good afternoon,
Catherine.
everyone. Can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? Please, can I get a response?
Yes, can you hear you? Please, can you?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Catherine John, Vice President, SPE UniUyo, and I'm just going to give a quick announcement. So, before we officially bring this impactful session to a close, I would love to share, few announcements on behalf of SPE FUTMinna and SPE UniUyo. First, a massive thank you to our speaker, if he's still on the call, Dr. Chukwemeke, for that enlightening and practical session on delivering excellent research presentation. And to everyone here on site and online, thank you for being a part of this meaningful experience. For our physical attendee, for our online and physical attendee, please take a moment to fill our feedback form that will be shared. I think it has already been shared on the chat box. Your feedback really means a lot to us, so we can improve for future events. For our physical attendees and also online attendees, feel free to take screenshots or photos, share your experience on social media, tag each chapter let's keep the engagement alive and follow each other on LinkedIn, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Now for SPE FUTMinna upcoming events, they have an upcoming webinar on financial literacy on the 23rd of July. They also have another panel session, Life Beyond the Certificates. That's the theme is Exploring Possibilities and Pathways. That date will be Saturday, 26th July 2025. So more details on both events will be communicated soon via social media handles. So please let us keep, participating in more events, learning new things, and growing together. Thank you all once again, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much for the announcement. Please, Mr. Anyone now, the program chairperson, SPE FUTMinna, please can you just give us a brief closing remark? A brief one, please. Mr. Mona. Sir, can you hear us? Oh, I think it's having a network issue. So I'll just do that. I just want to thank you all for your participation and engagement. It's been a pleasure hosting this program, and I wish every one of you a lovely day. Please let's not forget to follow each other on LinkedIn and reach out to each other. Thank you very much.